First, the top news headlines. Rousing welcome accorded to BJP National President JP Nadda as he arrives in Manipur. NPP will get absolute majority in upcoming assembly election and form government, says Deputy Chief Minister Y. Joy Kumar. India records 19,740 new COVID cases with 248 deaths in the last 24 hours. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. BJP National President JP Nadda arrived at Imphal today on a 2-day visit to the state. Upon his arrival, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, Cabinet Ministers, leaders of the BJP Manipur Pradesh, including President A. Sharda Devi, received and welcomed the National President at the Beauty Kendrajit International Airport. A large number of party leaders and workers accorded him a rousing welcome on his visit to the state. Nadda, along with Chief Minister Biren, MP Kinglai Shemba Sanajauba, BJP President A. Sharda, Union Minister of State for Ministry of Education and Ministry of External Affairs, R.K. Ranjan, attended a meeting at Nambol Bazaar as this report goes on air. Senior leader of National People's Party NPP, Manipur State and Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur, Yumnam Joy Kumar said, the party will form the next government in the state by getting absolute majority in the upcoming election of the Manipur Legislative Assembly slated for March next year. He said this during the reception program of NPP's intending candidate from Hairok Assembly constituency and social worker and Deten Singh at Umang Lekol, Hairok Part 1. Speaking on the occasion, he said people ignoring the NPP as a national party and only acknowledging the competition between the BJP and Congress for the upcoming state election might be a good thing. While the two parties fight for power, NPP has already picked 40 new candidates, including Deten, to contest in the election. Unlike other political party who gives only hollow promises, NPP will definitely work towards bringing changes in the political sector. He accused the government for not being able to fully implement the national education policy. Joy Kumar promised that NPP will strive to make sure the people of Northeast get their fair share. Hence, he appealed the people of the region to unite to bring development.
Northeast to take the economic progress, economic development, Meghalaya koi sarkar NPP ne lead to sarkar ne mathaga koi na lagak phagadi Manipur su legani khali adu natala koi Arunachal Pradesh su koi ki MLA mama lai kanu da su Nagaland su lai I know they are chichiga de pulle gadi koi club koi na combined state na loga koi ki Northeast ki hoina particular Manipur ki hoina Manipur sarkar ki hoina koi right so idana koi link to gadi I will go in other go they are samjhange.
India recorded 19,740 new COVID cases with 248 deaths in the last 24 hours, 7.1% lower than yesterday. With this, the total case load reached 3.39 crore and the total death count increased to 4.50 lakh. India's recovery rate stands at 97.98%, even as a total of 23,070 patients recovered from the COVID-19 infection in the last 24 hours, which brings the total recoveries to 3.32 crore across the country. Also, India's active caseload declined by 3,578 in the last 24 hours, in which the active cases tally stood at 2.36 lakh. So far, India has administered a total of 79.19 lakh doses in the last 24 hours, which brings the total tally of doses administered to 93.99 crore. Chairman of National Commission for Safai Karamchari NCSK M. Venkateshan assured to discuss with Governor and Chief Minister of Manipur regarding the regularization and increment of salary for state Safai Karmachari. He said this during the interaction program held today at DC Complex in Imphal East District. Speaking on the occasion, he said the cleaners are getting a mere amount of rupees 225 daily instead of rupees 350 to 400 as ordered by the Supreme Court. The registration process for waste cleaners under Employees State Insurance Corporation ESIC is in progress. He instructed the officials of different municipalities to make sure that the cleaners get the benefits of government schemes like Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, etc., and to give awareness on the advantage of National Safai Karamchari Welfare Scheme. Since he comes from family of cleaners, he knows the problems faced by them, he said. Assuring them to ease their problems, Chairman of NCSK, Venkateshan, gave the cleaners his mobile number so that they can address their grievances to him. DC of Imphal East, K.H. Daina, Superintendent of Police of Imphal East and Herojit, Commissioner of IMC, K. Chandrakumar, officials of municipalities and state and staffs Imphal East DC attended the program. Loktak Development Authority, LDA, Manipur and Loktak Lake Development Cooperative Society jointly organized a Sendra Stakeholder Awareness Program come Constitution of Wetland Mitras yesterday at Sendra in Tanga Assembly Constituency. The program was held as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Speaking on the occasion, Project Director of LDA, L. Bagaton, said the condition of the lake is worsening day by day and its boundaries are also decreasing. He sought the support of the people residing around the lake to save the lake. He appealed to people to stop illegal encroachment in the lake. Officer of Limology LDA H. Dharmendra, Principal of Mangol Nganbi College and R.K. Bijit presided over the program as the presidium members. All those attended the program took oath to save Loktak Lake. Jaffo Village and Modi Village in Chandal District were declared as model villages under Sansat Adhar Gram Yojana SAGY. Deputy Commissioner of the district, Mayang Langbam Rajkumar, unveiled the monument stones of the two villages during a program held at Jaffo Village Community Hall organized by District Administration, Chandal. CEO of ADC Chandal, KSH Siddharth, State Nodal Officer of SAGY Scheme, KH Ibochauba, former member of ADC Chandal, Manglem Monsang, SDO of Chandal, and Pritham, and authorities of Jaffo and Modi Village attended the program. Speaking on the occasion, DC of Chandal, Mayang Langbam Rajkumar, said the model villages were declared as model villages under SAGY scheme. Kwatha and Komlathabi villages were also announced as model villages. The entire development program taken up under the scheme has been inspected by 20 departments for smooth running of the departments and to provide required infrastructures of the villages, he said.
For example, the health sector have nearest public health sector sub center in Libra, the community health center in Libra, PHU in Libra. Particular health center to this is just one example. According to see Mamang does say Kunama Sangure. Jafogi the school later, school see market drinking water supply labor later. Later, Haragadi Kamina Koina Purakani, who's under the initiative of Honorable Prime Minister Jal Jeevan Mission Chatare, Maduragi Akoina Masi fulfill tawhanba ngamgadra ngamoidra.
The 44th Foundation Day of the Proscribed People's Revolutionary Party of Kanglaipak was observed today. The red flag of the party with the star symbol was found hoisted at different places in Imphal Valley. Assistant in charge of Affairs, Publicity and Propaganda Pripak Achauba in a press release informed that the Foundation Day was celebrated by the people of the hills and the valley of Manipur while maintaining SOP of COVID-19. The Foundation Day celebration was reportedly held at the General Headquarters, 701 Mobile Battalion and Tactical Headquarters base areas, transit camp and training centers. According to the press release, Chairman Interim Council was the chief guest, Chief of Army Staff and Charge the Affairs, Publicity and Propaganda were the guest of honor at a solemn function held at the General Headquarters. The Chairman Interim Council lit the traditional lamp and hoisted the party's flag. A journal titled Kangla Sempung Volume 7, Issue Number 07 was released on the occasion, the press releases informed. Police has arrested one individual involved in manufacturing fake Aadhaar cards. The person has been identified as Arbin Lalzamlova, age 30, son of Lalpianga from More Ward number 9. According to police reports, the person was involved in making fake Aadhaar cards for 3 people out of 4 Myanmar nationals arrested by More police. Moirang Kendra Progressive Front and Youth Development Committee Kwakta, under the supervision of social worker from Moirang, Thongam Shanti Singh, installed electric lamps at 3 cemeteries under Kwakta Municipal Council. Speaking on the occasion, Shanti said the electric lamps were distributed to ease the inconveniences faced by the people during night time in the graveyard. President of Jamiatul Ulma, Bishnupur District and President Kabarstan Committee, Muhammad Abdul Salam, thanked Shanti for installing the lamps in the cemeteries.
Municipality Youth Development Committee na ayabadi Moirang Kendra Progressive Front da makoi development ge manungsan boina asigum lawa amambana thalo phamsida angan bakhagang piragadi akoi tungi mirol dasu angan ro wakhal meama polakani habegi wakhallon da makoi na chauba thodang ama lobiraga da siumba maising ge thaljabadi.
The Private Schools Development Council observed its 13th Foundation Day yesterday at Fancia Higher Secondary School on Friday. The observance was organized under the theme United We Stand, Divided We Fall. President of the Council, Dr. N. Ranjit, Secretary L. Shaktidhar and Finance Secretary N. Ozit presided over the program as the Presidium members. During the program, the Council appealed to the state government and the department concerned to look into the effect on education sector caused by the pandemic. Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri said the new parliament building being constructed as part of the would be ready for the 2022 winter session. Speaking at the occasion, Hardeep Singh Puri said the need for modern independent India to have a governance architecture with sufficient space was imperative. Mention may be made that Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of the project in December 2020. The new parliament building will have an area of 64,500 square meters. The All Parliament building was conceived in 1930. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra today paid a surprise visit to a Dalit locality in Lucknow and picked up a broom, reacting to Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's dig at her for sweeping the floor at the Sitapur guest house where she was detained. Taking on the Chief Minister for his casteist comment, Ms. Gandhi Vadra later in a tweet announced that all district committees of the party will clean Balmiki temples on Saturday. In response to the Chief Minister's remark, Ms. Gandhi descended on a Dalit colony and picked up a broom, saving it as a symbol of simplicity and self-respect. Chief of Army Staff General M.M. Naravan did not rule out the possibility of Afghan origin foreign terrorists attempting to infiltrate into Jammu and Kashmir, and the situation stabilizes in Afghanistan, as he cited similar instances when the Taliban was in power in Kabul over 2 decades ago. At the same time, he said Indian armed forces are prepared to deal with any eventuality, as they have a very strong counter-infiltration grid as well as a mechanism to check terrorist activities in the Jammu and Kashmir. The army chief said that there has been a sparked in activities in Jammu and Kashmir, but whether they can be directly linked to what is happening in Afghanistan, they really cannot say. The Meghalaya cabinet has decided to relocate illegal settlers of Puniahi land in Thimlo Molong area in Shillong. The government decided to relocate the Sikh base on the recommendation of the high-level committee. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma said that the process had been initiated to transfer the ownership of the land from the local tribal chieftain to the state so that the government could take steps to evict Sikhs from the area. Aduna chap sai hoi ro ka mai pa
LX sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX sublimation. LX sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX sublimation. LX sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX sublimation. LX sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex.
Welcome back. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Rousing welcome accorded to BJP National President JP Nada as he arrives in Manipur. NPP will get absolute majority in upcoming assembly election and form government, says Deputy Chief Minister Y. Joy Kumar. India records 19,740 new COVID cases with 248 deaths in the last 24 hours. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.